Hello all. Can you guess what we are doing in this video? Looking at all the materials we have here. Yes, we are making a TEEPEE trellis. So the TEEPEE trellis is something that we can build with any material. I have here some sycamore branches here that I have collected literally almost 5 years back, and I'm still able to use them. And I have some bamboo sticks. You can just use any material. Make sure that the wood doesn't decompose much faster, and that is why the sycamore branches, but you can literally use any material. Remember, I have used the okra plants to make them a teepee. I'm still supposed to tie the tops. The seeds haven't sprouted much, so I'm waiting on that. Anyways, coming to this section, the reason I'm doing my teepee trellis here is I have removed my amaranthus plant just now. I just chopped that, leaving the root. By leaving the root in the soil, we are adding that great bacteria into the soil. We are building that soil where it decomposes, creating that the roots decompose, creating that great tunnels in the soil. So never uproot the plant, always nip it at the base. We've talked about it in many of my videos. Coming back to the point, the reason I want to build my TEEPEE trellis here is because all this time the plant growth from the amaranthus plant was really providing a lot of warmth for the eggplant here. I'm not planning to remove this and save it indoors, and I do have a couple of young eggplants too. So I really want to save these from the winter cold. So that is why I'm going to build a TEEPEE trellis around this eggplant plant, and going to plant some peas along the trellis. That way I have that nice growth protecting the eggplant from the winter growth, and I do have a chili plant too. So it's going to be around this plant. I know it is kind of late. By now, if the plants have established, the plant would have got better protection, but because there is a lot of growth happening here, I didn't want to disturb that. So anyways, all you have to do is 5 stakes always is a good choice, having 5 stakes, or depending on how much area you're going to build your trellis. So I'm just going to take these stakes and fix them all around this plant in about 2 by 2 feet area, and then we'll make a trellis, and I'll just show you in the video again. And there we go. Our structure is ready. So I figured I needed more stakes to make that big circle. So I used about 7 or 8 of the either bamboo sticks or sycamore branches or whatever material you have that can hold up. And the best part here is something that as I was tying, I really wanted to show is I usually use the jute twine, and early spring there'll be a lot of birds that come and try to pick on this string, and they take the material for their nesting. In that season I just come and try to add more jute there, or more of the jute twines or something. I just tie around the branches for them to be able to pick up. It's so fun to watch. All of these materials are from the past years, and this is easily you can just pull it out very easily, and they love to take this material. So that's why I let it be on the branches. Anyway, now that we have created this structure, I'm going to go ahead and use the twine all around the TEEPEE trellises until I reach the bottom. The best thing with the branches, with the natural tree branches, is that they have these ridges or the new stem emerging areas where it holds up the twine really well without slipping off. And even if you don't use a twine, you can just use these areas as those holding places. I love to use those branches for that reason as well. And the best part here is because the soil is nice and rich and loose in the raised bed, I didn't have any trouble to push them into the ground. If you're using it in clay or places, you can just take a TEEPEE post first and then just try to get it into the ground, making that little hole in the ground, and then you can insert your branch there, or whatever TEEPEE whatever material you wanted to use for your TEEPEE post, and then close it around, and it holds up very easily. It's really sturdy. Kind of sturdy. It can take wind and everything, so it's not really hard because of the way it is put together. Now I'm going to go ahead and sow my green pea seeds all along the circumference of this circle, and as they grow up, I'm going to tie them to the branches here and also to the twine that is going to go in circles. I'll just try to twine it and show it to you one more time to see how it's completely done, how the structure looks when it's finished. So we keep going in and around every branch, and I'll finish the circle all the way. So this is how we are going to tie the twine. It would have been much better if I went ahead and tied this around every 6 inches. That way, as the plant grows up, you can twist it around the twine that we have here, so the structure is holding up nice. And I'll go ahead and do one more round for every 6 inches, but I'm not going to go taller because what I'm going to sow today are the green arrow, kind of the bush variety, but I don't want them to flop over everywhere. So I'm just going to twine up the plants, and they won't grow anything taller than 2 feet max. So I'm going to go ahead and do few more rounds from the base, like every 6 inches. I'll make sure that there is a twine for them to hold up that structure. But basically this is the idea. If you have cucumber plants growing along your trellis, you can twine it up all the way up, and they can hold really well for the English cucumbers as well, or the Japanese cucumbers, not for the Armenian cucumbers that will really take up your space. You can use this structure for many vining plants. And I really hope this video is helpful, because in winters it is going to provide the warmth to the plants that can actually that are actually perennial and can survive up to 2 to 3 years. This is a great way to protect them while utilizing the space creatively, growing your winter crops around them. So I really hope this video is helpful. I hope it adds some information to your knowledge bank, and thank you so much. Happy gardening.